Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my fellow YouTubers. I'm making a quick video tonight. Happy New Year 2025. If you haven't started prepping, you better start prepping now. And I'm sampling something new. It's called Tullamore Dew. Of course, let me just tell you a little story. This woman here screwed up for once. Oh, if you're new to the channel, hit the like, subscribe, thumbs up. If you're coming back, you're welcome. So I'm almost out of this. Don't worry about it, right? It's New Year's. So the point is, Higgins is pestering me about finding a video that he likes. Today we're going to be talking shortly about mislabeling and mislabeling products. Okay. Now there's a lot of mislabeling going on in the world. A lot of mislabeling. Okay, and that's where I come in. The hell. What the heck is wrong with my glasses? Okay, so there's a lot of mislabeling going on in the world. Now, for example, Chloe brought me dinner yesterday. Okay, you guys can sit there and say, "Oh, that's so great." Let's just say I'd rather eat corn dogs tonight than what happened. Okay, but it goes like this. And yes, my radio's there, and my shot glasses here, and you Nonka with everything else. So Nonka meaning no. So. And if this is empty, this is empty. Do I want to get more? Negative. I have a reason for this, but anywho. So it goes like this, my friends. So, mislabeling. So when Chloe buys a rib roast, okay? They didn't put French rib roast, they just put standing rib roast. So what happens? They're supposed to label it so you can basically cook properly. Same goes with other things we'll get to in a second as a prepper. So I cook it as the standard thing. It turns out to be a pot roast. Pot roast, mind you. So then it's stringy in every way of a pot roast. Not enough fat, and it was basically like a giant pot roast. That Chloe paid $15 a pound at Costco for. It wasn't a rib roast, wasn't USDA. It was basically not a rib roast, a pot roast. Mislabeled. Computers. Higgins is like, oh, well, look. Higgins is one of these guys that thinks he's the expert in computers. Okay, maybe he is, maybe he isn't. But guess what? Problem is, when you got something mislabeling like a computer, for example, I mean, you buy a computer, you sit there and you say, "Oh, great, this computer's $500. I'll buy it." Turns out it may have Windows Home 11s or Windows 10 Home S, and you're wondering what the heck is 10 Home S. Turns out it's like a little application thing or app version is, and then you're locked into Windows Home S. Wow, mislabeling. Amazon does that all the time too. You sit there and you think you're buying something, and it turns out of other things. I mean, look at uh, the other day. Chloe went to buy a computer, right? Chloe went to buy a computer. They said we'll ship in 4 days. Chloe's like, okay, click. Turns out won't ship till February 14th. Wow, February 14th. Then she goes and cancels within like 45 minutes. Then they're like, oh, well, then they changed the date, thinking, come on, take it. Everyone else is sitting there getting February 14th. Chloe's sitting there going, negative. Then you got people saying, well, if you can't get that model, why don't you downgrade, right? Let me tell you a story about Chloe's Christmas present, okay? Chloe's Christmas present. This is really interesting for you guys. Chloe is literally donating. Higgins is on the top of the list of, oh, I'll take her new Christmas present, a Dell laptop. She is literally disgusted with the mislabeling. They say, oh, we'll run the games, really. But then, for example, if you negatively or not negatively handle things, you got to break it down. Like, for example, Chloe's computer's got a dedicated graphics card on board, as they call it, for gaming in her IdeaPad. So she's got a 4 gig dedicated graphics card to run her games just fine. Okay. Then Mike's system has a dedicated graphics card. I don't use it much. Then you have other things. Okay. Mislabel it. Then you go and you're like, okay, I'm going to buy this computer to run this game. Turns out, oh yes, you can, lo and behold, as a prepper, you can buy the game, say the system to run Elder Scrolls Online, which is easy peasy Japanesey. But Microsoft, oh, you want to play Elder Scrolls Online? You need an 8 gig dedicated card. Oh, 12 gig dedicated card. Oh, 24 dedicated card. Think about it. They're upping it every time. Same with now that they own Blizzard, they're like, oh, you want to play Diablo 4? You need an 18 gig dedicated card. I mean, thing is, they're pricing out games for the average people unless they go consoles, and then they utilize the consoles to run the games on it. And then I mean, look, I love you all dearly. Okay, I've been sitting here time and time again. Okay, angry as heck. My dinner turned out to be wrong. The mislabeling of a pot roast as a standing rib roast, and then someone says, "Oh, did you cook it wrong?" That's what the AI said. AI is worthless as worthless can be. That's the worthless thing I've ever seen in the world. I mean, literally, I got one more video to do after this. I told Chloe about 10 minutes. Bottom line is, think about it, people. They're mislabeling everything. Oh, this computer can do gaming. Then you break it out, you look at it, you run it. Doesn't do jack. All these people have been messaging me. Oh, Rita, as a prepper, can you tell us about computers? Right, okay. Mislabeling it. I won't mislabel anything. So here it goes. It goes like this. You're what you get, you get. Okay, I got Higgins. He's a great guy. Oh, you catch. You're in a mid tower. Really? Can you find me a mid tower that's fully put together where I just basically plug in the games I want to play? Oh, you can't because you can only find mid tower cases? Wow. That's amazing. So what happens? Oh, I better finish my drink while we're talking, right? Chloe wants me to finish up so we can get to our next movie. It goes like this, people. It goes like this, people. Woo! I had a shot of this. Way stronger than I like, people. Oh, as a prepper, I'll warn you. Alright, so the bottom line is you need a gaming system that's dedicated for these things, right? Now you can get an ultimate game, okay? With me, of course, I'm one of those, I'm stuck on certain games. So lower games, lower systems, fine. But higher games and higher things? No. So Chloe turns around and says, well, I don't want my computer. Her computer right here. Let me just show you this. Okay, let me just show you this. Chloe's got it. She unplugged it. Okay, here we go. Let's just unplug this nicely. See this here, people? This computer is a Lenovo. This computer, right there, preppers, has the RTX GeForce chip. Look at that. RTX GeForce. This computer, sorry, Chloe, is better at games than the thing under her Christmas tree. That's what I want to tell you guys. She got a steal of this gaming system. This will play everything she needs, plus I'm on medium to high or even ultra setting. So Higgins says, oh, well, that. And now, let me tell you the story. A lot of you preppers out there turn around and you guys complain about, well, is this the time to prep? Yeah, I've said it time and time again. This is the time to buy your actual large items. Now, when it comes to computers, excuse me, that wasn't lady. When it comes to computers, it's a different mindset. And that is because the problem is you don't know what you're getting. Okay, here's the problem. Okay, Chloe sits there and says, oh, you want an Asus? I had an Asus once. It didn't even last 2 years. Okay. And then Higgins says, oh, well, let me see. Hold on. Where's that thing? I can't find it. It's in the other room. I think it's in the other room. I got this computer, right? It's 2 HPs. Those HPs, I don't remember. The motherboard's fried out after 10 years. But 10 years of HP lasted me. 10 years. Then, let me just tell you guys a story about prepping. Actually, maybe I'll grab that box too if I can find it. I think you guys are going to love this lesson real quick. Prepping. Mislabels. So the 2 HPs are in a box in the back there. Can't get to them. But let me just tell you a story. I got this, right? This was an Acer. You can turn it into a portable DVD player. Yeah, with Windows. Guess what? This would be perfect. But it runs Windows 7. You may be able to update it to. Ooh. Hey, look, card reader. Cool. It's got a card reader in it. That's really cool, isn't it? Yeah. Wow. Let's see. Can we actually stick it back in here? Here we go. So, card reader, right? Clean screen. You can put a DVD player, right? Just use it as a DVD player. Runs on a Pentium 2020M. Oh, well, that's so slow. You shouldn't upgrade it. Yeah, $75 for a hard drive transfer myself. Yeah. How about this? Oh, you can all get batteries too, by the way. How about this? Oh, well, this is runs Windows XP. Wow, look at that. Windows XP. Spinning drive, but you replace it with a, right? Look how small this is, right? Think about it. Oh, well, putting Windows XP, you may upgrade it to Windows Vista or Windows 7, but here's the kicker. You may update it to Windows 10 maybe, but end of life coming up. Well, let's talk again about prepping for a second. This one. You can use this as a portable DVD player too. I cleaned the screen, by the way. Portable DVD player. Windows 7. Again, 8 years, 9 years old. You can change the battery, get a plug for it. But it'll run Windows 7. Yeah. Throw a new hard drive. Windows 10. So, 3 SSDs. Hold on. 4 SSDs. Another one. Turn it around. This has the card out, but this has the old VGA plug. CD-ROM drive. Screen again is cleaned. I cleaned it as best as possible. Little VAIO. Wow, look at that. What are you guys are saying is prepping? Sorry, me getting tipsy. I want to tell you. Each one of these, the VAIO runs the Windows XP2 or Vista, but there's a reason for the discussion here. You see, every one of these has, if you update to Windows 10, service life ends in 10 months. So you spend $150, $200 in SSDs, have a tech just throw them all in, and you make a flash drive like I did with Rufus, I think it is. And you basically put your operating system, and you just transfer them, and guess what happens, people? You're like, oh, what happens? You can run it for 8, 10 months. Then they tell you, whoa, you got to buy a new computer now. You can have $20,000 in computers, and all of a sudden you're screwed because the end of life. Nothing in the computer technology. They want you to keep upgrading until you can't afford anything new. Yeah, think about it. Think about it. That's the problem with Microsoft and the rest of these companies. Yeah, that is the damn truth. Yeah. So as a prepper, you got to take into account how long is your computer last. I mean, look, Ted is completely right. You can run a computer offline without Wi-Fi, like for a DVD player. Yeah, you can use them as DVD players. But what happens if the CD-ROM drive fails? Whoops! I guess I'm going to have to get an external drive eventually. And then what? I mean, Windows 11 goes to Windows 12 as long as they update and you got the hard drive until they say, whoops, you can't run this one, you need a new computer. That's mislabeling it. That's the thing. Ted was telling me he's like $20,000 in computers, and yet mislabeling. I mean, everything's mislabeled. Computer games, they say you got to run a website which has bloatware, which has spyware, which has everything else that they want to read your data, and they do it certain way. That's why you don't put in, can you run this? It's basically spyware for your computer. Yes, and that's why I always get pop-ups. So my mislabeling is everywhere. Think about it. You buy a laptop and it says, oh yes, you can run this. Really, you can't. Most of the cheaper computers are for most of the computers are there for the cheaper computers are there for just everyday tasks for a few years. And if you can get it upgraded to Windows, it's fine, and upgrade them. Eventually, you're going to have a brick. Everything becomes a brick. In this day and age, everything becomes a brick. You're just renting stuff now. Computers you're renting. Think about it. As a prepper, you need to think about, do you want to spend money on a computer, or are you going to buy money for preps? Think about it. But everything is mislabeled and mislabeled. So everything. Look at that French rib roast that turned out to be not French, but a pot roast. Yeah. I can't believe it. Chloe at least gets a $90 pot roast to take home. Me? I'm basically going to finish this whiskey and wait till the time to call Dad. Now, but anyways, I got one more video to make tonight about prepping for 2025. But yeah, think about mislabeling. Everything's mislabeled. Technician says, oh yeah, we can basically fix it for you. And then they tell you, oh, thanks for the money, but you're going to have vulnerabilities if you hook it to the internet. Wow, that's nice. So there you have it. Thanks everyone for watching. Please add and subscribe. Please post comments, leave feedback, suggestions, hit the like, subscribe button. It's wholesome fun for your family, including your dogs, cats, bunnies, service dogs, service bunnies. Bell notification, thumbs up button, and keep the comments nice. So I ask, and Happy New Year 2025.